I am really nervous actually. Some of this looks quite easy and some of it looks unbelievably difficult, like these logs, these hanging logs up here. I don't know, I'm not too sure what I've got myself into here.
In this activity, I challenged myself to try a high ropes course. While I am reasonably fit and have good balance and had been on a zip line once many years ago, I was completely shocked at what happened when I attempted to walk on swinging ropes and pieces of timber 3 metres off the ground. The venue that I chose for this activity was Treetop Adventures, which has sites in 16 locations around Australia. Its Canberra location is in the Madura area off Lime Kiln Road. According to its brochure, the facility offers over 90 thrilling aerial challenges and canopy tours. I carried out a research reconnaissance at the Canberra site on Monday 24th of March 2025. The staff were extremely friendly and helpful. They explained what to expect of the activity and suggested that I walk into the ropes area to have a look around. It all looked like a lot of fun, and I was sure that if I could start on the easiest ropes challenge, I'd be fine. So that night I paid my entry ticket online with a booking for 2 days later. Being midweek, I was the only person at the facility that morning, although I'd deliberately chosen a quiet time so that I wouldn't be distracted by other people. A safety check is carried out by the Treetop Adventure Company on the equipment every morning, and that was in progress when I arrived. Having already completed all the paperwork online, I was fitted with a full-body harness and given a helmet to wear. I was then taught how to use the continuous belay system and the zipline trolley. Finally, when I was sure I knew how to operate the system, I headed up to the ropes area with an instructor. The easiest of the ropes courses that are designed for adults, Brumbies Boulevard, started from a central wooden platform, and when we got there, the instructor asked me to repeat the climbing rules that I'd learnt during my safety briefing. Having passed that test, I was directed to climb the stairs up to the first traverse. Then, all too soon, I'd stepped out onto a piece of narrow swinging timber, and I was in trouble.
Oh God, this is so hard. Oh, the adrenaline. Oh my God.
When I stopped at the first platform, I had more adrenaline in my body than I'd had in decades, but I forced myself to keep going and stepped out onto the first plank of the second madly swinging set.
Oh, these swing. I thought they were stable. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I've had enough already. Ooh.
When I got to the second platform, I simply couldn't go any further. The next traverse looked even harder, and there were at least 4 more traverses after that. Shattered by the thought that I would have failed if I turned back, I prevaricated. Then, weirdly, the certainty that I couldn't continue gave me the strength to turn around and clamber back to the start. When I got back to the platform, my sense of failure was immense. Not only had I only made 2 traverses before my courage failed me, but I didn't even get to the fun part, the zip lines. But then I realised that my failure was not so much in the activity itself, but in my lack of preparedness. I'd failed to ask exactly which rope challenges I would have access to and, more importantly, the level of difficulty that I'd start out at.
Fail, big fail. Sorry. Woo! I honestly thought it would start like about 1 metre off the ground and I'd feel safer. But that really, anyway, thank you. Thank you. It was a good experience. It will make a video, a very short video, and it'll be titled Unless I Failed. Okay. I thought I was starting off on the kids one, but I was starting off on the easiest adults one, and no wonder I found it scary. So that was a really interesting experience. I thought I was starting out on the really, really easiest kids one, and I turned out that I wasn't. I started on the easiest of the adult ones, which turned out to be really very hard. And so after 2 lengths of that and becoming too terrified and full of adrenaline, I backed out, pulled out and came back. I've now come over to the kiddies one and it looks a whole lot easier, and it's just a bit frustrating to think that I could have started on the kiddies one. The lessons from my failure were clear. I had not done sufficient research about the facility and I had failed to fully understand what I was getting myself into. I assumed that I could start in the children's level, which was wrong. The flow-on effect of this was that without the ability to practice on less challenging traverses, I was quickly taken well beyond my level of experience or competency. An adult ticket for 2.5 hours use of the Treetop Adventure facility cost $67. Plus later I took my cameraman out for breakfast at On Lake Cafe in Kingston for a total bill of $60. We both had the pulled pork eggs Benedict, plus we both had coffee. In the next episode, I take on my 14th challenge in this series, going to rock and roll dancing lessons to find out whether it's true that I just can't dance. For more information about living your own unlived life, if you go to my website, you can download a copy of my free book, Living Your Unlived Life, Finding Contentment by Honouring Your Dreams. And if it's your thing, you could like this video and subscribe to my channel.